Hello and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. So let's take a look at the hub. I have finished doing the bottom of it and this place is really starting to come together now. I was actually going to tell you that I finished it and then I realised there's still lots of jobs to be done here. One of the things I'm thinking of doing is leaving these in each of the corners and actually putting some stairs over on these sides going from the top down there to the bottom, which would be kind of strange because if your tunnel was there, you'd go up and then down again and then across, but everyone uses ender pearls anyway, so it's just for aesthetical looks. But that means relocating one or two people, but I've spoken to them and they seem to be fine with that. That would also mean moving the entire trading post somewhere else, but I think that thing needs an upgrade in general. But let's take a closer look at the bottom. This didn't take as long as you'd think it would because basically you're just placing tons and tons of blocks next to each other, and it's really nice and simple to do. So if you've got all the blocks, it doesn't take too long. And I've removed the platform that was underneath it. We had that big cobblestone platform, so now we can see the lava lake over here. And I was trying to demolish more of this TNT. You can see I've cut through a bit there, but it didn't really look right. And I went through some of the stuff over here as well, and it just seemed like I would do nothing but go through netherrack for ages because I don't think there's any lava lake or anything like that beyond there. So I still think we need to do some work on that netherrack down there. We need to put in a feature or something more to look at because the lava lake looks great over on that side, but these sides it doesn't look so good when you look down from up above. But anyway, we will come back and work on the nether hub soon. I'm not sure if that'll be this episode. We still need to do things like tidy up the chests and furnaces around here, but what I'm going to do at the moment is head over to Corellis's because I just watched his latest Hermitcraft video and he's building some animal breeding pens. So I thought it would be a good idea to go over there and build him a wheat machine because he's going to need a lot of wheat to breed those animals. So here we are at Corellis's base, and it's always a pleasure to come by here. It's always getting bigger and bigger, and I really like Dictator Square. That's quite amusing. We've got a couple of skellies walking around as well by the looks of it. But anyway, we're going off in this direction because this is where Corellis is expanding the base to, and this little pathway comes up from the corner back there and then it goes round here, and this is really nice, this bit. It just goes over a natural pond and goes through the natural part of the jungle, and then just over here is where he's building the animal breeding pens. That was weird. Okay, and yeah, this is where I'm going to build the wheat machine. Now I need to build it where I can give him enough space, and I'm not sure what exactly he's going to do over here, but it looks like there's lots of room to be flexible. So I think the best place to build the wheat farm would be just over here. So we'll chop down a couple of these little trees on the ground, we'll clear out a bit of space, and then he can have the wheat farm right next to his pathway. Okay, here it is. I've built the machine, and I've also done a little bit of decoration around here. Tried to keep the Corellis theme going in. I've added some bushes down here, and I hope this isn't a little too intrusive. I realised after I built this right here that he might actually want to use this space around here. I'm not sure what his plans were. But anyway, yeah, I left him a little note saying that I got a little bit carried away, and I left all my derpy items here. You can have those if you really want them, or just chuck them away or something. But yeah, enjoy breeding your animals with the wheat machine. So for those of you that haven't seen this before, you get your seeds, you walk down this way, and then when you get to the end you switch to bone meal and just walk back, and then it grows all of the wheat. And when you stand on this pressure plate, it's going to fire off like that. I'll do that once more. And it harvests all of the wheat. So I hope Corellis enjoys this, and like I said, I hope I didn't tread too much on his building plans if he had any for around here, but that should serve him well for his animal breeding. So we are back at the Nether, and I'll actually be doing some work on this today because I want to make the entrance to my tube line. The tube isn't ready yet to connect up to it, but it's something that I've been wanting to build for a while now. And now that we have this second tier, I can build myself a nice big fancy entrance because there's lots more space to do that now. Now there's one problem with this, which is when I was building this bit I didn't consider the amount of space it uses up. So the lava is actually one block higher than the iron bars, and the reason it's one block higher is that so that there isn't a gap at the very top, which appears if I were to put the lava at that height there. So you have the lava at this height, and then above it you have some cobblestone. So where those fence posts are, just behind that is where the cobblestone will be. So at this height here you've got cobblestone behind that wall. Now if you want to build an entrance, you're going to have to work around that. So probably what you'd have to do is make some stairs and then some half slabs on top of the cobblestone. But considering that, you've also got something above you as well. and that being the other people's entrances. So on this level it's actually a little bit limited. In the corners it should be more flexible, but I don't think it's going to be too big a problem. It's just one of those things you've got to work around, so I'm going to look into doing that. But before we actually start the entrance to my tube, what I want to do is sort out how we get onto these platforms if you didn't have ender pearls. So I've spoken to Red Eyes and Topmas and the Pixel Nerds, and they said it's fine to relocate their entrances. Now both of these should be easily relocated because all I have to do is make this go down rather than up a few blocks, and these guys haven't done too much to theirs yet, so it's the same thing here. I'll just make it go across in a straight line like that. But we might not even need to do that at all, because what I could do is actually just have the stairs start right over here, and they should be able to go down and finish somewhere around here right before the entrances to these two. I decided not to do that. There's really not enough room here. This is 4 blocks wide, and even if we were to use half of it for a staircase, there'd be no room for a banister to go around it. So I thought, rather than put it in front of the wall, we'll put it behind it, which is perfect. This is what I'm going to do. I'm just not 100% happy with this yet, but this is 4x4 opening, and then you go in, there's 3 wide stairs leading down, so all of that feels really good. This is 4 wide as well, and it rests directly in the middle, so it's directly opposite the nether portal, so all of that is quite aesthetically pleasing, apart from the roof, and I've identified why, and I think it's because of this bit here. This needs to be 1 block further back, so all of the glass can be 1 block higher, and possibly this bit higher as well, I'm not sure, but the problem with that over there is it actually cuts off the Pixel Nerds' little pathway up here a little bit, and I was hoping we could get away with doing this without that happening, but theirs should be easy to relocate because this is all they've built so far, so that shouldn't be a problem at all. So I've made some adjustments to this and it does look a lot better, but at the moment I've run out of glass, so I've just put in some netherrack for the moment. And I'll replace that and just leave this how it is for a while, see what other people think of it, because although I'm putting this in here, someone might come up with a good way to connect the pathway across the middle to over there without it looking awkward like the other one does over the other side. So yeah, I'm going to leave things how they are for now and just focus on doing the entrance to my tube. So I know exactly what I want to do for my entrance. The problem is there's not enough space, and normally I'd describe what I'm going to build, but I'd rather just go ahead, build it and show you. But the problem that I am facing is the amount of space here. Now, for what I want to do, I need a little bit more than just a one wide wall, and it'll push me back so we have this 1 wide walkway here, and that would be how we get to our station. We would go through the entrance that I'm going to put in the middle, and we'll walk down here, and somewhere down here is where I'll build it. And if I look up there, you can see off in the distance just where my cursor is, that's where the track has got to so far, so it will come all the way down to here, and then we've got this nice space here to work with. It's just getting the entrance to it. So what I think I'm going to do is actually just go straight ahead at this point, because there's a 4 block wide bit here that we can go through, and we can use the stone bricks of Corralis's entrance because his is up there and it slopes down a bit. So what we can do is actually just walk through here and go underneath Corralis's entrance and then come out the other side into that space. So it's a bit of a workaround because this is already here. I don't want to intrude with it too much, and in general most of these stone bricks are a support structure, so it'll be easy to add to this and keep the look. And now we're getting fired at. Okay, so yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to go through here. It's going to be 4 wide, which lines up perfectly with this, and then we're going to go underneath Corralis's bridge. So this is the idea that I had in my mind, and it doesn't look right now I've put it into action. So what we have here is the half slabs and lava like we had in the tube leading over here, and I don't know, it just doesn't fit in, it doesn't feel right, and I think I'm going to have to rethink this, because my plan was to put something like this. Maybe I'd reshape it a little bit and put it on either side, and then in the middle we're going to have the entrance, but it really doesn't fit in. It looks so odd, and probably even from a distance. I've only actually looked at it from over there, so we should go over here and have a look as well. It doesn't look so bad from over here actually, but again I think I'm going to have to rethink it. So it's taken me a long time. I've been trying out lots of different things, but at last I got something that I think I'm happy with. And behind this lava here we actually have a zombie pigman in that lava. You can just about see him at the top there, there you go. And when I was containing the lava by putting cobblestone all around it, he hopped in there, so I thought, okay, you can stay in there. He'll probably just spawn after a while. But yeah, I tried lots of different things, and it wasn't until I decided to put the iron blocks that I had in the middle here on the outside that it started to look good. And at the moment I've been thinking about moving this over by 1 block, so there's 2 iron on each side, but I can't help but feel I'll do that and just move it back anyway, because this really doesn't look that bad at all. So what I need to do next is the tunnel here. I've already built a fair bit of it, and we just need to go down underneath these stairs into the little area the other side where we're going to build our entrance. And I want to put a little bit of lighting into the walls, and then when we get into that new area I think I'm going to change the theme completely. I say that, I'm probably just going to use a lot of slabs. I think that's what I'll go for, and lava again, but we'll get away from the stone bricks, that's for sure. Okay, at this point I feel like what I want to do is extend the track from over there and bring it all the way over here so we know where it's going to come into this area, and then we can build like a station here or whatever. I've actually been playing around in a test world for a simple little, it's not really impressive at all, it's just a little bit of redstone that dispenses a minecart and then gives you a little bit of time to get inside it before it automatically pushes you off. So that's what I plan on building as well. The worry that I have at the moment is that our line might be a little too close to this bridge. That's something I don't think I considered, although I think it lines up somewhere around here. I can't quite remember. And all of this netherrack here, by the way, is where I was going to build the entrance. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I put the netherrack here. I was going to have a little platform here and have the minecart track come to that, and then I changed my mind. I thought, no, I've got to do it this way, which I'm pleased with because I think it looks really good now. And I put in the netherrack and fire on either side, but it just makes this area too bright, and I think when we have it like that it's a lot moodier, which is what I'm going to go for. So this is definitely too close to this bridge here. We need to go down about 20 blocks from this point, and the whole time we're going to be right up against this, because we're going to have the track, then we're going to have 2 blocks of grass, and then the wall, and then there's going to be a 1 block gap. So that is really intrusive on Corralis's bridge especially, because there's not much of a view from down there, but he does have windows with the iron bars, so we don't want to barge in on that too much. So what I think I should do is actually just redo the whole of this line. I haven't done too much of it already. I've just dug through here and put in the half slabs, so we can do that and move it over that direction a bit. And how far over we'll move it, I'm not too sure. That's what I'm going to make my mind up on now. And then what I'll do is I'll start building the bridge going all the way down to the little station area that we have. Okay, that is that bit done. This comes all the way from over there. Nothing too interesting happened while I was building this, which is a surprise because today I've been harassed by ghasts a lot, and there they are, there's 2 of them at once. That was completely expected. Where'd the other one go? So yeah, it seems like I think ghasts track you because they always just seem to find a way to shoot at you and come out of nowhere, and I think they actually track the player and move around because, well, I guess that's what a mob AI would do, but I never really thought about it like that. Today it's just been constant harassment. But yeah, not while I was building that bridge. Anyway, this is every 4 blocks it goes down by 1, and what I want to do next is build the area down here. Now I've got a feeling that, as always, OCD will kick in and I'll be building something really nice in this area, and it will require me to move this over by 1 block or something like that. So it's a good thing that the bridge isn't fully complete at the moment, because it gives us a lot of flexibility to rebuild this all and make sure it's in the right place. So I'm in the building process at the moment, and I'm a little bit worried about this becoming quite bland and uninteresting, and my plan is to put lava behind these half slabs and do that on these walls as well, although I can't really think of much else that I'm going to do with this room other than have an open space and a button on the wall that you press and it gives you a minecart, and then the minecart travels off after a few seconds. So I'm going to think about it and spend my time building this room, but at the moment it feels like, I don't know, like there's not a lot to do here, and I kind of pictured myself building this big nice fancy room, and yeah, and I don't think the half slabs and lava's going to really look that good if we keep using it over and over again. So I'm just going to keep spending my time building, trying a few different things, and we'll see what happens. I am really struggling with this bit. I've not really built too much. I've just been pondering different things that we can use, and I have made some changes though. Like here, I decided to section this off a little bit and use lava on either side, and I think that works really well just to bring you into the room. So For the materials that I'm going to use in here, I've been unsure what to do, not really got too many ideas. I tried a couple of things, and now I think I'm going to use stone bricks, which I said I wanted to get away from, but I'm going to try and use them just for little details like that, maybe for the roof as well. But this nether brick really goes well next to the slabs, so that's definitely a theme we're going to be using in this room. And then I've just tried this. I made a little circle with the stone bricks, and my first thought was, oh, I could put lava behind that, but I don't want to use too much lava. I feel like I'm going to overdo it because there's a lot in the tube and I've used a fair amount already, so I'm just going to continue playing around with these stone bricks and see what I can come up with. So this building experience today has been pretty sluggish, and the reason why is because I don't really have that many resources, or at least a variety of them available to me. So I've been taking trips back and forth between the spawn village. I borrowed some redstone from Cube Hamster. I don't think I'm actually going to use that just yet, and also some glowstone dust as well. And it made me realise that I should probably have supplies of stuff readily available to me, and the ender chest is a way that we could do that. So there's a lot of stuff in here I don't think I actually need to keep on me, like for example the respiration helm. I think that's something I should keep at base because I'm probably going to know when it is I'll do underwater work, and the TNT is definitely useful, as are the ender pearls. I'm not too sure why I put the looting sword in there. I only used that back at the main base, but a good move I made recently was to just put some coal ore in there alongside the fortune pick, and that's actually been really useful many times. I've needed some coal, drag out the coal ore and just mine it with the pick. And I think I'm going to do the same thing with redstone ore now, and probably put a few other things in here as well, like a stack of iron blocks always kept in there would be a good idea. If I ever need a little bit of iron, there's a lot available from here. And I've left my diamonds in here as well, so if ever I end up getting to level 30 I can do a quick enchantment. So I'm going to be thinking about other things that I can put in there. But also I've got a couple of things in here that I don't actually need, so we're going to take these out and go over to the trading post, because I think someone's actually... oh, that might be bad. Okay, we got lucky there. Oh yeah, I can't... I'm going to have to break this, aren't I? And then I'm going to break my sign. Okay, I don't want to do that. So this pick's almost dead as well, which is kind of annoying because I'm probably going to have to head back to my base to get another one. I'll repair that in a moment anyway. So these things are going to be for sale. Put them in there. Knockback 2, sharpness 4. I actually might want to keep that one. No, I'll put that one up for sale. And yeah, it looks like someone's brought my feather falling boots, which is good. I've got a diamond for that. And a couple of the other things have gone as well, so that's not bad at all. Would you believe it, there is a ghast inside the trading post. That is one hell of a place to spawn. Oh, I don't believe it. It's not firing at me anymore though. Let's see if we can kill it with the sword. Actually, that's probably going to make... yep, it's going to make a big mess. It's going to blow up all that grass. Well, all I can say is I've been working on this for too long now. I've just been staring at this for ages, not knowing what to do, trying a couple of things, not really liking it. I'm not really keen on this either. Doesn't really do much. And I don't know what it is I have in mind for this room. Sometimes you get an image of something, which I did have, and I think it involved a lot of lava and half slabs like this. But then when you try and build, sometimes it doesn't come together, and I think it's best at the moment just to say it's not working out, and I'm really spending too much time here trying to get this finished, and it's not that important as well. The tube's going to take a long time for us to get finished before we can use it. So I think it's best that we move on. There's some other projects that we're doing, and I'd really like to finish off the rest of the warehouse so I can get that done. And I've been thinking about the amount of work involved for that. I really did underestimate how much was involved, because as well as blowing it all up, we've then got to furbish the whole thing. And I think what I might do is just kind of leave it as an unfurbished room, just a big hole in the ground basically, where we can do loads of experiments and stuff, because there's tons of little inventions and stuff that I've seen that I'd like to experiment with. But anyway, I'm going to grab my materials and head back to Avalon. Okay, we're back at Avalon and I'm in the warehouse right now. I've laid out all of this TNT over here, so we're ready to detonate the last part of this landmass. So all I've got to do is dig my tunnels and put the TNT in them, and then it's ready to go. And then once that's blown up, we've got all of these blocks around here to remove. And then once that's done, I want to put in a nether portal at the bottom, and I've been waiting to do this for a while now, and it's one of the reasons that I started this project, is because I've talked about it before. We want to put our storage area in the nether, and we don't know where all the different things we're going to do over time are. So we're going to be adding in more portals, and that's why I'm getting a bit stretched with my projects at the moment, is because I want to get all of that in place, so then when we build a storage area there, there's not going to be a need to put a nether portal right in the middle of it. So when we link this up, we're going to have a tunnel that goes in different directions. So the hub is in the centre of the island in that direction at the moment, and its nether equivalent has the lava tunnels that go in two directions. It goes that way to the branch mine, and in the other way to the ice tray, and also the desert, which is a lot further away. So we're going to be in a different direction to both of those. So when we go into the nether, we'll be building a new part of the tunnel, and then that will help us lay out some more tunnels and get a good idea of where this storage area is going to go. So here we go, I'm all ready to begin the destruction. Unfortunately Safety Steve isn't around at the moment to come over and make sure that the TNT doesn't smell too bad, if you know what I mean. But anyway, perhaps next time we do some TNTing, he'll be around, who knows. I've got lots of TNT at the moment. And there we go. And I took a trip over to Kirshar's mob spawner the other day, and I got a ton more TNT from that as well. Looks like we missed a few there actually. I didn't hear any of these go off, because they didn't. Okay, let's get on with this. We need to go up there. Well, that was a bit close. Oh! That could have been silly. I got those feather falling boots on. I done some enchanting earlier as... I've got to be more careful when doing this. Whoa. Set off a chain reaction. Yeah, I got some more feather falling boots earlier. I went to the Ender farm, and I think I got about 5 or 6 pairs. I got like 4 in a row at one point, which was really lucky. So we should light this up, and then I'll do all that in a bit. I'm just going to go Ender pearl back up to the top. We'll set off the rest of this, and I'll do all this boring stuff after. Oh, I've got to be careful though. My health is still low. Let's try and set all of these off. No, come on. Damn, this is quite dangerous. There we go, that was a very clean demolition. Okay, we are all done here, and yes, it looks very chaotic like the other ones as well. But I am actually going to skip the cleaning up process, which I said I'd do next, because unfortunately I don't have a lot of time to continue recording, so I really want to crack on and get this nether portal in place so we can build the tunnel in the nether as well. So I'm just going to build it over here. I'll make sure it's all in line with the wall, even though this has been blown out, and yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll link it up to the nether hub. So I am in the nether, and I'm trying to hook up the nether portal. I've already figured out the location on the other side, so I've divided the coordinates by 8 to find out where they are here in the nether, and I dug this way and then realised I was going in the wrong direction. We need to go this way, and the ideal place would be to put it about 20 blocks in that direction. So what I'm going to do first of all is just rotate this portal and see if we can get it to be on the side here, because I'd rather have it so our corridors are all the same and you don't actually have to walk through another portal to get to the other side. So that's the first thing I've got to do here, is just rotate this to the left and see if it still works. Okay, this is done. This one here works just fine. I tested it, and I also tested the one around the corner. This is the branch mine nether portal, just in case somehow, I don't know, it stopped working. It's happened before when I've moved portals around, but let's go through this one. This will take us to what will be the warehouse. And what I had to do here was make 2 nether portals, because the width of the room is odd, and if you try and put a nether portal in the middle it doesn't work because it's 4 blocks wide, but if you put 2 side by side like this, then it's 7 blocks wide. Yeah, 7, that's right. So anyway, now what we've got to do is go back into the nether and tidy up those tunnels that we've built. Okay, let's take a look, and surprise surprise, it looks like all of the other tunnels. But that's a good thing. These materials that we've used look great, especially the lava, and I think it's set a nice kind of feeling for the project that we have here, which is linking up our other projects, and I seem to be using that word a lot at the moment, but yeah, linking all the different things that we have together in the nether. And what's cool about that is a lot of the other projects I have in mind are going to be quite flexible, and we can choose where to go. So I'm not going to start this anytime soon, but one day I want to do a slime farm of some sort, so there's bound to be quite a few slime chunks on Avalon, because it's quite a big place, and that way I'll be able to pick one that's further away from the other portals, and then we'll be able to expand our tunnels under the map here. And one of the other ones I want to build is just over here for the underground villager breeding system that I have in mind. That'll definitely have its own portal to be linked up here as well. And another thought that I've had as well while I've been doing this is that the reason I wanted to wait to do the storage area is because all these portals are going to be quite close together, and they're all going to be quite centralised as well, which makes me think that we should actually pick a location that I know it's very unlikely that I'll be doing something on it. Like, so let's say we go out to the middle of the ocean, like over here. There's probably not many projects that I'll be doing over here, although this is actually where the ice tray is going to be, but you know what I mean. We'll pick somewhere where it's very unlikely we'll be doing something, and maybe just build the storage area there. So I'm definitely going to be thinking about that between this episode and the next. I really want to get that storage area built, because at the moment storage has become a bit of a pain. There's just random chests lying all over the place, and I think that's probably the best thing to do, is to pick a location where we know we're not going to be doing any projects at all, and then just build it there. But anyway, that's it for this episode. May not seem like I've done as much as I usually do, but sometimes, I don't know, playing this game can be a bit difficult, you know, trying to be creative and build stuff all the time. You're not always going to be on the right form for that, but anyway, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.